What's up everyone, welcome back to Versatile Fun Designs. Today I have the LEGO Technic Space Planet Earth and Moon in Orbit set. It's set number 42179, it comes with 526 pieces and is 10 plus. It is sold for $80 US or 100 Canadian. This is what it looks like from the back of the box. So we're getting a lot of things with this one. We have these 4 numbered bags where most of the small pieces are located from 1 to 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We have this unnumbered bag with additional pieces, including these wheels and the planet Earth. We have these 2 pieces in the new reddish orange that are outside of any bag. And we have these 2 semi-spheres which will form the sun. And these also come without any bag. You also get an instruction manual, which we're not going to be using as usual, and a sticker sheet. Alright, let's get started with bag 1. Oh, and just a public service announcement before we begin. If you're watching this on Eclipse Day in North America or wherever you are in the world, make sure to get your Eclipse glasses, make sure they're real and not fake. Don't look at the sun without these, and even with the glasses, only look at the sun for a few seconds at a time. Stay safe out there, because if you look at the eclipse directly without any protection, you will still see afterwards the same day, but the day after you will lose your vision. So just keep that in mind. Please stay safe out there when it comes to the solar eclipse. It's pretty cool, but also very dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. So yeah, please stay safe. Alright, now it's time to apply stickers to this large piece here, which is new in the reddish orange color. We're going to go from January all the way to December. So first of all, make sure the piece is right side up and not upside down. You can see that by, you have this piece here should be towards the top, according to the 3D view that LEGO provides. This on top. And then January is going to start here where there's a cross or a plus, not where there is a circle. And if we want to really follow the suggested sticker placement, this thing here is at the end of the year, so this is where January is going to be. The stickers are available in English only. I do wish that they provide a French option as well, especially in Quebec, in Canada more broadly, and they should probably offer a Spanish version as well, at least in North America. But you can easily make your own stickers if you care about that sort of thing. I'll use a brick separator to apply the stickers as usual. This brick separator is not included in the set. You will need to get that separately. So here, make sure to pay close attention to the orientation of this gear. It has to go this way, like the teeth of the gear facing towards the stopper and not the other way around. If you do it the other way around, you have to take it apart and redo it all over again. I know this from experience from another set. So it looks like I forgot to put this piece under this one where it's supposed to be. So let me just say some magic words and it will all be okay. Magisto, Magisto. Magisto, Magisto. Fixo problemo. Bada bim, bada boom. Boom! It's there. It's fixed. So, yeah. Now you can see the full mechanism, and I'll actually show you what's going on here before I build the rest of bag 3. I'll use this pointer that I borrowed from Iron Spider-Man. So basically we're going to turn the crank right here. It's going to move this axle, which is going to move this tan gear, this small tan gear, which moves this big gear here. And this big gear does not actually move these gray gears or this black gear here, they're actually separate, but it actually moves this axle, this long gray axle that goes all the way down, which moves this small gear right here, which moves this much larger gear, and that one is connected to this gray gear via an axle, and that one is connected to another gray gear, this one, which is connected to this one here. There's a smaller dark bluish gray gear on top of it, and that one turns this large black gear. That one's connected via this yellow axle to this gear here, and that one turns this large turntable. So long story short, when we rotate this crank, this turntable moves, but it moves very, very slowly, and that is intentional. And if we grab the turntable, look at what happens here. If we try to move the turntable, it's a little bit hard to move, but like you'll see this moving many, many times. So I didn't do the math for the gear ratios here, but if you want, you can actually look at the radius for each gear and do the math and figure out what the ratio would be, meaning if I turn this one time, how many times is this going to turn, and so on. So that's pretty cool, it's pretty educational, it's pretty fun to build. Now that we're done with this, bag 2, let's move on to bag 3. Alright, now on to bag. It's the first time I've seen these pins in yellow. It's interesting to see them in a Technic set, and I'm happy that they're yellow, because that goes really good with the sun. By the way, these are without friction. Alright, so I'm pretty much done with bag 3. Here, this is not the most stable way to make this connection. I must have messed up something on the inside, but it's extremely, extremely difficult to tell what it is that I missed, so I'll try going with this, and if I need to, I'll go back and redo this part if I need to, because I know that this piece should go here instead of this. This one is a lot stronger, but this one just won't fit. Yeah, it's one of these axles, one of these gray axles, it's not clear to me. On the right side, literally, now it's time to put the sun on top of the model. So, yeah, that looks good. The model is increasing in size. We just have a little bit more to go, although bag 4 is probably the most complicated. At long last, we've reached the last bag, bag 4, and in this bag, in addition to this bag, we also have these remaining pieces from the unnumbered bag, and this will finish up the set. Oh, and just like with the previous bag, I'll explain the gearing stuff here just before it gets covered up, although it won't get covered up this time, just before I forget about it. So we still turn the crank, and yeah, that turns this axle here, and this one turns this gear here, which turns this tan gear, and this whole axle here, and this one you see that's turning very fast. It's also turning this gear here, although very slowly, So this one it is turning, but it's very slow. It's barely noticeable. We see, yeah, these, and this is also turning. The sun is also rotating as well. One nitpick about this globe, the prints for north and southern hemispheres are not perfectly aligned, especially on this side of the world. You see, like Africa, this is pretty bad, this is pretty bad. It gets better over here, and North America is not too bad either. So it's just this part here could use some improvement. Alright, it is now time to apply stickers to this piece here. Now here we have to be very careful because the stickers don't align with anything. If you look at the box, you see that this does not align with this piece or this axle hole or anything else, so we just have got to be very careful. And also the black line should always be at the bottom, not at the top. So looking at the 3D view carefully and holding this piece with this specific axle pointing in the southwest direction, that is intentional. I'm going to apply this sticker first, which is shown as sticker number 4, and I'm going to apply it like this. Wish me luck. Now, I wouldn't wish this on anybody. These stickers are not fun to apply at all. If you're getting this set for your kid age 10 up, you probably want to help them with these stickers, or maybe use 2 brick separators or something, because this was an absolute pain. But now we're completely done with the sticker sheet, thankfully. Alright, wow, we're finally done with this build. This might be the most difficult set I have ever put together without instructions. Wow, just look at this thing. It's a beast. Well, let's try it out, let's see if it works. I know this is kind of out of frame, but it's pretty large. So I'm turning the crank, and as you can see, it's turning around. Oh, we're actually going back in time, so let me rotate it the other way around, and as you can see, we're at the end of the year, and we're going to start a new year soon. See, the sun is rotating, the earth is rotating, the moon is rotating. Basically, every time we go 1 month, like from January to February, for example, the moon is going to make 1 rotation, so look at that. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, lots of gearing mechanisms to make this work. Really interesting. And soon we're going to hit April 8th, which is the day of the eclipse, and actually you can see it happening right here. So as we enter into April 8th, you see this like moon shadow. I'm not sure how visible it is on camera, but here we go. So yeah, basically from the vantage view of the camera, like this is the sun. So when the moon goes over the continent like that, when you don't see something because of the moon, that's basically a solar eclipse. So let's look at it in a different way. Here's the sun, it radiates light. I wish that there was like a light brick or something in the set, although that would have increased the price even more. But I'm sure people can modify that if they really want to. But essentially, what's happening on April 8th, 2024 is that the sun, the moon, and the earth are going to be in perfect alignment, at least in some parts of the world. And so if you happen to be living right here, you're going to basically see the moon cover the sun. It's still going to be daytime, but it will feel as if it's nighttime for a few minutes during totality and a few hours if you count like the partial solar eclipse. Again, please use the sunglasses to be safe. In terms of my review of this set, it's a pretty impressive set. It's not without its flaws. I really hated these stickers, for example. It was tough to build without instructions, so a lot of the times I suggest to people, oh, it's a cool set, try building it without the instructions, you'll learn something, it's going to be fun. Well, give it to your kid and let them build it without the instructions. Not this one. This is a 10 plus set, but I think if I was a 10-year-old, even with the instructions, this would have given me a hard time. It's doable, it's not impossible to do, but it does require some care, some attention. I was feeling a bit off the weather when I was building this, in case you couldn't notice, so I might have like not been up to my usual self. There were some technical difficulties and some difficulties with the camera, so a few of the steps and a few of the mistakes that I made they were not recorded, or they have been removed just to make the video not last for 47 years. One of the mistakes, I'll point out one major mistake I made, is here. I initially used the wrong axle piece for here versus the one that holds the sun, and when I tried to put everything together, it didn't work. I had to go back, replace that axle piece, and dismantle a few things here just to make it all work. So yeah, so if you do get this set, you're gonna appreciate a lot of things. You're gonna learn lots of things from this set, and like usually I recommend people to take apart their Lego sets and rebuild them into something else. But this one, I think you can keep it for a while. It's something that is enjoyable to look at. It's educational. If you're a teacher at a school, even if you don't teach astronomy, like it's still a very cool thing to have. Yeah, just look at the Earth spin. It just looks so cool. Yeah, this is a really amazing set in terms of the engineering of it. Oh yeah, I can see. Yeah, there's barely a shadow here, so this is not caused by the sun. It's caused by the camera. Like you can see a shadow here of the moon on the Earth. So that's interesting to see. Yeah, so it's very educational. It offers a lot of value. It has some nice pieces like these tires right here at the bottom. And it also has like the planets, obviously, the sun and the Earth, notably. Well, all these large pieces. I'm sure if you wanted to, you could rebuild this into like a crane or a truck, especially with these tires that are included. Like maybe like a mobile space museum or something. So, and there's also lots and lots of gears of various sizes, so this is a good parts pack. In terms of price to piece ratio, it's not the best. So you have to judge it by volume of stuff. Like, is this worth $80 US, $100 Canadian? After building it, I would like to see this a bit cheaper. I would like to see this at 60 US, 80 Canadian. So I do think it's a little bit overpriced, but it is novel. It is something that we have not seen before, so credit to LEGO on this one. It's not like your standard LEGO Technic car. We get car after car all the time, so it's nice to see something different. It is not licensed like Star Wars or Marvel, so there shouldn't be any additional tax for that, so I don't see why they bumped up the price to 80 US, 100 Canadian. I guess these pieces are pretty large, pretty difficult to make. Like if this was brick built, this would be like 100 pieces right here. So you have to be fair on that. So I think the value is okay. A little bit overpriced in my opinion, but not a ripoff. If you get it at a regular retail price, it's not a scam. Like you're getting your money's worth. These blue Technic pins, as always, they're kind of annoying. I wish that LEGO would at least give us the option to change them to like black, to like not ruin the immersion, because here we're imagining this whole thing is like entirely in space. We have like these blue pieces, they ruin that immersion. At least like if they were white, you could kind of imagine them to be like stars in the background, but blue just doesn't make sense. There's like some minor parts of the set that appear unfinished, like this thing here that does not have a bushing to cover it according to the official 3D view or the official instructions, but this can easily be rectified by you. So yeah, again, lots of good about this set, not that much bad. I highly recommend getting this set to learn about the solar eclipse and to learn about the planetary system more generally. And once you're done with this, like you've spun this for many, many years, went around and around, maybe you want to rebuild it into something else and challenge yourself to come up with ideas on what to do with this set. So yeah, that's it for my thoughts on the LEGO Technic 42179 set. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.